Hi guys. How's it going? All right. So I thought I would just start this silly little video showing you my big old mess, my disaster of a desk. But, I'm feeling productive, so I don't feel too bad about it. I will. Look at how dirty my keyboard is. Um anyway, so there's my chair and there's the rest of my mess back there. I've been kind of organizing a little bit, not over here, over on the other side of the room. Anyway, so this is the den of the house that I share with my mom, and I have the downstairs of the house. So I think I honestly have maybe a little bit more usable square footage than she does, because I sort of took over a big part of the garage too. Anyway, so there's a fireplace. I decided this year I don't think I'm gonna stock up on a bunch of firewood. Um, I just think it's really hard for me to haul wood in the house, and it's also Sebastian's working full time and he doesn't really feel like hauling wood when he gets off work, and it's just kind of a big hassle. So I have about a half a quart of wood left, so I'll have fires every now and then. But anyway, so that's kind of my little printer station. I gave one of my printers to Sammy and his girlfriend when they left for school. This whole area back here needs work, but it's always a work in progress. So there's Jimmy. I don't know if you can see him. Kidders, come say hi. He's kind of grouchy because you see his eyes in there. Buddy. Meow. He's mad because he lost his best friend, and there's sewing machines and scan and cut, blah blah blah. This is all my tile-y stuff and charm stuff and pressed flower stuff, all that. Anyway, you guys don't want to see all that. So I've really cut down the books that I have in the house that I want to keep or that I'm going to use for journals and stuff. And most of that stuff is on these shelves here. So that shelf will probably never go away. These are some new ones that I just brought in from the last haul. So I need to go through those and see what I'm going to do with them exactly. There's a bunch of little books that I think would be nice to use for kits. Some like mini, book journal kits or something. Anyway, so there's my TV, my gigantic TV. I got rid of one of my monitors for my computer, because really I'm a huge Lord of the Rings fan, by the way. If I can't find anything to watch, I'm watching Lord of the Rings or Game of Thrones. So anyway, I got rid of one of my monitors because really the only reason I needed two was so I could watch YouTube on one and then do stuff on the other. So that was nice. I got rid of one of the monitors and I replaced it with that. So now I can actually watch TV. And I signed back up for Xfinity cable. So, I'm not streaming as much as I used to. I started going over on data, believe it or not. So anyway, but so I bought this. I wanted to make this space. We don't really have a living room down here, so I just really wanted to try to make this whole room more family friendly and more comfortable if people want to come and visit, like my kids. And I'm just going to sit down for a second because I have a lot of back pain and knee pain and hip pain. And so I don't know, I just have to kind of limit my physical activity a little bit. Anyway, so I got this day bed on Amazon. A lot of stuff that I have purchased recently to kind of finish up this room came from Amazon. I know a lot of people have really strong feelings about Amazon. They feel like Amazon is destroying the world and all of that. But you know what? I love Amazon. So what are you going to do? Anyway, so I've been kind of hoarding chenille over the last couple of years. And I've always wanted to just make some big cushions for a day bed with chenille. So that's what I did. And so these are all feather and down inserts that I did buy on Amazon, and I just made zippered covers for all of them. And I used 2 chenille bedspreads to make the cushions. This is Jimmy's other little spot right here. He likes to sleep on this little chenille bedspread, and then I used another chenille bedspread on the bottom. It's kind of got some cat hair on it, but anyway, I've got an old quilt right there, and it's a nice place to just kind of chill out and watch TV or whatever. So anyway, so that table right there, I used to have that for my desk, and consequently it's like covered with paint and ink and all kinds of stuff. And I've just never gotten around to like sanding it down and cleaning it up. It's kind of a cool table that came from Ikea originally. Anyway, so I just covered it with this kind of funky Indian bedspread, and Jimmy's potty is under there. So I got one of those kind of fancy automatic cleaning litter boxes, because who likes scooping a litter box? So, and it works really, really well. If any of you guys are, I've tried 2 or 3 other ones, and that one is the best that I've found. There is the robot one that is like $500 that I'm just not ready to go there yet. And I've heard that one is the absolute best. Anyway, so I just put that little bedspread over it. I really don't have anywhere else that I can put a litter box where he can access it all the time and still have access to the rest of the house, because yeah, just because that's the way it is. I can't, there's not room for it in the laundry room, and there's not room for it in the bathroom. So this is where it is. And since I'm down to 1 cat now, I feel like this is a good compromise. So he lives here too. And you know, it's not like I have company that often, so he doesn't offend people very much. Anyway, and he's a pretty good cat. So anyway, I had a bigger refrigerator in here that had the freezer on the top and the refrigerator on the bottom. And I just hated it. I really didn't like having to lean over because of my lower back pain. It hurts when I lean over to try to find things that are like in the back of the refrigerator and stuff. So that's always been sort of something I wanted to do, to replace. So I thought about getting like a side-by-side, like a big side-by-side. There's Sebastian in his underwear. You're on video. I'm doing a tour of my new kitchen. Anyway, so he just waked up. Anyway, that was funny. So I always wanted to do that, maybe do a side-by-side, but you know, there's sodas in the fridge in Sammy's room. Sure. Mm-hmm. Don't make a mess, because I'm trying to show this room. But you want ice out of the freezer? Yes, I do. Okay, here, get some ice. Anyway, so Best Buy, here, honey. I wish I knew how to edit videos, but I don't. Anyway, so what I wound up doing, well, when COVID kind of came down, I sort of went into this prepper sort of mode, and I thought I really need, well, and then Sammy moved back home, and Sebastian was here always, but when Sammy came back, Adrian also came back to Spokane, and I just kind of got more excited about cooking and that kind of stuff. So I needed another freezer. All I had was the top part of the split refrigerator, you know. Anyway, so the only freezer that was available to buy anywhere in the world was at Best Buy, and it was one of these. And it's a convertible freezer refrigerator. So you just change the temperature on it to make it either a freezer or a refrigerator. So I thought that was kind of cool. So I got this one and I put it out in the garage. And then I kept the other old refrigerator in here for a while. I didn't really intend to buy another one of these, but once I saw how nice it was to be able to just open the door and see everything right there kind of at eye level, I thought, yeah, I'm going to get another one of those when they become available so I can use that for a refrigerator. So I got another one and it replaced that other refrigerator. So that old refrigerator went out to the garage. So now I've kind of got like an extra fridge out there with that little bit of freezer space in it too. So anyway, got back into cooking mode. So I kind of stocked back up on simple things, spices, and did a bunch of spice shopping online and bought some stuff in bulk. I really love cooking Indian food and Mexican food and that kind of stuff. So Chinese food, Japanese food. So lots of different things required for that. Anyway, so this cabinet right here is obviously like a filing cabinet, and I just turned it into like a food storage drawer. So that's like all my crackers and noodles and things like that. And then containers and whatnot go in this drawer. And then down here is just, you know, trash bags and Ziploc bags and parchment paper and stuff. So that's kind of cool. I love that. I love that thing. It's really useful. And then I just took some of my old wooden crates and basically just screwed them into the wall and made some little shelves and stuff. These are some really old spice racks that came from Pier 1 a long time ago. And I need to find a place to use them because I love them. Anyway, so just put some wooden crates up and around. There's my tea, dried beans and lentils and stuff. Those don't go there is what I'm trying to say. And then I picked up one of these little dust buster, just a little hand vac. So that because this is all tile flooring down here and laminate flooring, sometimes I just want to vacuum like the edge of the room or just like where I'm sitting, where like if I see something, I'm like, oh, I need to vacuum that. So I can just grab this little rechargeable vacuum and do it instead of pulling out the big vacuum. So anyway, this is my back door. It's the door that goes out to the garage. What else? So then this used to be a bookshelf. I just turned it into canned food and that kind of stuff. This is kind of gross, but these are my avocado skins and seeds. So I just save those and dry them. And then when I'm ready to make avocado dye, I just use those. I had a plant fall off of a shelf and break a couple weeks ago. So I just put it in this bowl temporarily. And it seems to really like it in there. So I don't know. I might leave it in the bowl, add some more dirt. Anyway, some orchids back there and stuff. So I got these little Lazy Susans on Amazon. I really like having these because, you know, that way you can use things and you can see what you have, you know. I also got those little hanging baskets on Amazon. I really like them. I put this shelf up. So the thing is that since this is the den, it's not a kitchen. Like, it's never been a kitchen until I decided I wanted it to be a kitchen. And so that means there's no cupboards, there's no countertops, there's nothing like that. So it's almost been like camping in here. And it's just hard to cook when you're camping, you know? Anyway, so I have this collection of old pots and pans that I've had for years and years and years. Some of those I've had, oh my gosh, for 30 years. So I'm sort of emotionally attached to them. They're all old and funky. Some of them are actually kind of cool, but I just can't get rid of them. It's like every once in a while, I feel like I'll use them, and I have this sentimental attachment to them. So Adrian can have them when I die, and he can decide if he wants to keep them. I'm leaving all my stuff to Adrian when I pass on. Anyway, So that means since there's no cupboards, no counters or anything like that, I had to create that in here. And so that bookshelf became storage for canned food. And then I found these stainless steel. There's Jimmy. There's this little feeder. I got this little automatic feeder for Jimmy because he has gone on a diet and he's not very happy about it. He lost his best friend and he went on a diet. So he's kind of irritable, but anyway, he'll be all right. Anyway, so that thing feeds him 4 times a day, and I just have it spaced out to feed him like every 6 hours. So 2 meals are a little bigger than the other ones. Like every other meal gives him 2 portions. So, and he's actually dropped a little bit of weight just in the last like 10 days. So it's good. Once he kind of levels out, then things will be good. I just don't want my cat to get super fat, and I just want him to be healthy so that he lives a long life. Anyway, so no counters. So I found these stainless steel tables on Amazon, and you can order them in all different sizes. This is a 30-inch by 48-inch. And I love that shelf right there is adjustable, so you can raise it or lower it however you want. I kind of put it up high enough that I could put those bins under there. Those bins came with wheels, so if you want them on wheels, you can, put the wheels on. That little one over there is Jimmy's cat food. So, and they're airtight, which is nice because we have seen mice in this house and I was not very happy about it. So storing food is really like, I don't know. I don't want mice on stuff, Anyway, so I just keep like my rice and flour and that kind of stuff in those bins, and all of Sebastian's like top ramen. I get just different ramen noodles at the Asian markets, and I just grab like different ones. I don't even pay attention to what flavor they are, and he likes them. So it's kind of fun. Anyway, so all of his top ramen's in that center one. Anyway, so there's my little microwave. I picked up a little electric kettle. I've never had one of these, and I always wanted one because I do like to drink tea, and you need some hot water every now and then. And the tea kettle that I had before, I was always getting all this sediment in it, and I didn't like it. So I thought this is a lot easier to clean, and it heats up super fast, so I like it. Anyway, and I got on this thing where I wanted to have some nice canisters. I've always just had like these funky plastic, flour and sugar canisters. And I felt like I deserved to have something nicer, that nobody was going to break. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because when you have little kids, like, you buy plastic everything because they just break stuff, Anyway, so I got a cookie jar, and then I got this giant one for my flour, which lives right next to my 10-quart Instant Pot, which has changed my life. If you don't have an Instant Pot or a pressure cooker, one of these pressure cookers, oh my gosh, it's just literally has changed my life. So, but I love these stainless steel tables. They're nice to, they're durable, they're easy to clean, and they're real sturdy. So, and that replaces the need for countertop, Since we do have a tile floor all down here, for winter time, I just really wanted to have something to cover the floor because I do like to go barefoot as much as I can. And so I just got these cheapo like runners on Amazon. They were less than $15, maybe $16, so I just got an assortment of different, kind of little fake Oriental rugs, and they're real thin. I can clean them with my little, I got one of those, Bissell, floor cleaner things. It's like a floor, mop vacuum thing. I forget what it's called. Anyway, so I can leave those in place, and I can just clean them with that, and it vacuums them at the same time. So, and they're kind of rubberized on the bottom, so that's nice. And they stay in place pretty well. Anyway, so then I had a hard time dealing with the center of this kitchen. Initially, I wanted to do just like a dining room table here or along the wall, but that was just kind of hard to do. I don't have people over very often that want to actually sit at a table and eat. So, and I needed more counter space if I'm going to be cooking, right? So I got this table also on Amazon. It's a different manufacturer than the other one. This is the manufacturer of this table. And anyway, so same thing. That shelf is adjustable. I made this one drop down pretty low, so I could keep some of my larger stuff on it, like my mixer and this little guy with all my, like, you know, since there's no drawers, I have to create, you know, other storage solutions for things like silverware. So I just keep my silverware, which none of it matches because most of it came from thrift stores, which I actually kind of like. So I just got this little caddy, keep it in there, little fruit stand deal, you know. Anyway, but I love this butcher block table. I did get the like wax treatment for it and the oil, so I've been trying to really take care of it. Anyway, so and then since this is a counter height table, I needed stools, so I grabbed a set of these really cool orange metal stackable stools. So if I get tired of them being out, I can just stack them all on top of each other and put them in a corner and just put them away, get them out of the way. Like if my grandkids come over and we want to make cookies or something, and we can all just be around this table, we don't have to necessarily sit down to do that, you know. So you can get the stools out of the way. I was gonna get the kind that have the little backs on them, but I wanted to be able to stack them, so I just got these. Anyway, plus I like to have the little handle right here, you know. Anyway, so this is the other rug that I got because I just thought it was really pretty and comfortable, you know, kind of cozy looking, colorful. Here's my old stove. I am thinking about getting a different stove. I have to go electric down here. I can't do a gas stove down here. It just won't work. So I've just got this old flat top stove, but I mean, it's doing okay. You know, it's been used a lot. It's about 15 years old. And then I keep my cast iron, kind of deeper cast iron pot here. And this is where I do any like deep frying or anything. I got rid of my deep fryer and I just use this. I keep oil in there and, you know, cover it when I'm done, and it heats up real easy. And I use it on this stove all the time. I've never had any problems. So, I always had a problem with lighting in here. I hate overhead lights. I can't stand it. And those lights that you can mount on the ceiling and then like change the direction of them and stuff, I always feel like I'm under a spotlight when my mom has those in her kitchen, and I just don't like them. They just make me feel like I'm being interrogated or something. Anyway, so I wanted some lighting. So excuse that window. It's completely filthy, but that's right under the deck, to my mom's deck, and whenever she waters stuff out there, it always splashes on my window. So I've got like this perpetual mess on the windows. Anyway, but I don't have to have curtains on it, so that's nice because the deck goes right over the windows. It's pretty private, right out to the backyard. Anyway, so I got these LED lights that I just mounted on the shelf here, and that just really lights up this side of the kitchen nicely. And then I did another one here. I put up all this shelving. This one is kind of warped. This board is warped a little bit. I need to put another bracket on there. And then I just, you know, got tons of, you know, plastic storage bins and stuff like that to store rice and beans and stuff in. I like to have like an assortment of that kind of stuff. So, and I wanted to be able to see it and see what's in it, so that I'll actually use it. Anyway, so I put that shelf up there, used a couple more wooden crates for some, you know, it's kind of like our toast station over there. And then I did add those spice racks and, excuse me, got the taller spice jars on Amazon also. I thought they were really cool. but those jars won't fit on the bottom shelves of the spice rack, so I had to get some different ones, and that's when I got those brown ones. So those work really nice too. And then I just use my little label stamps, stamp it out on sticker paper, and just write the name of the spice on there, and then it cleans right off if I want to use it for something else later. Anyway, so more, there's Jimmy's little water fountain down there. A couple more wooden crates. There's my rice cooker that also doubles as a slow cooker. So I got rid of my slow cooker too when I got that, and I gave my mom my other rice cooker. So I got the instant rice cooker. So I use these 2 wooden crates just like for dish towels and bigger measuring cups and attachments for my stick blender and stuff like that. That table I've had for years and years and years. I've had that for probably 30 years too. My ex-husband built it at this place where he used to work, kind of just using scrap wood and stuff. And over the years, I've sort of altered it. I added casters on the bottom, and I painted it. And then I did, I actually did do, what do you call it? It's like 10 years old. Resin. There's resin on the top of this. And I've always said I was going to redo it, but I haven't. And I don't know. But if you've ever thought about putting resin on a countertop, it works pretty good. And I mean, after 10 years, I think it looks nice still. So anyway, there's all my utensils and stuff. So like I said, no drawers, no cabinets, no cupboards. So everything is kind of exposed, which means a lot of wiping things off and cleaning. And I don't have a hood over the range, so I don't honestly do a lot of frying. And whenever I'm sauteing things, to kind of keep the oil that, just goes into the air to a minimum, I always use those screens. So that's really helped a lot, because I've got all this stuff up here above the stove. Those little screens just really help to minimize the greasy grime of a kitchen. So anyway, put my knives up on the wall. Got this little rack for cleaning supplies and paper towels and hot pads and stuff. And then this is what changed my life. This is what really, honestly, inspired me to start using this as a kitchen, and it just made me feel more like I actually live here and that I'm not camping here. So it's just a very, very simple utility sink. I bought it at Lowe's, and you know what I love about it? It's short, so I can sit down and wash the dishes. I don't have to stand and wash the dishes. It's too low for anybody else to use it. And Sebastian would just die if he had to stand here and wash the dishes. So I just wash the dishes all the time, and I never have a ton of dishes. I did do some cooking last night, so there's extra dishes, but it's really comfortable for me to just sit here and wash the dishes. And then I got a wall-mounted dish drain, so that really, and I can reach the very top shelf even when I'm sitting down, so it's just perfect, and it's really, really sturdy. You'll see some holes in the walls and stuff. There's paneling on all the walls around this room, but it's this really, really thick, durable paneling, and I can never find the studs in the walls in this room, but I honestly don't worry about it because that paneling is like a 1/2 inch thick. So wherever I decide to screw something into the wall, it stays and it's not coming off. Like those shelves, they're all just screwed right into the paneling. So anyways, those holes are from previous things that were on the walls. I have the paint to match, so I'm going to just go around and patch holes as soon as I get everything set how I want it. But anyway, so this little sink is great. It was less than $100. Since obviously there was no plumbing coming into this room, what we did was we used, it's this pump that is intended, well, since we're in the basement also, it's difficult for the drainage, right? So this pump, what it does is it has a float in it, and as soon as that float moves, it starts pumping the water up through the laundry room is right on the other side of this wall, and that's where the pump is. It's plumbed right through the wall behind here. And that pump is plugged into an outlet. And it pumps the water across over that way, and then it goes all the way up the ceiling and across the laundry room ceiling, and then down to where the main drain is on the other side of the washer and dryer. So it's really cool, and it works perfect. Like, it works perfect. And it wasn't super cheap. It was about $300, but it was like way worth it, you know. And they're intended to be used with toilets. But it's also got 4, like, you can put 4 items on it. So you could put like a sink, a toilet, not a garbage disposal, a dishwasher, and like a washing machine on it. You know, you could literally plumb an entire house using, or like a shower even, using that pump. And it would pump the water right out of your house into whatever you want, like a septic or into a drain field or something. So it's kind of cool. Like, if you don't know how to do a whole lot of plumbing and you'd like to try to add plumbing to a room, it really worked well. I can, if you're interested or you'd like to see the pump that I bought, I'll add a link in the description so you can check it out. It really, I mean, literally 10 years I've wanted a sink in this room. So it just made me super happy. Anyway, so this is all my dishes and cups and bowls and all that kind of stuff. You know, don't need to go into detail there, but I do leave this dish rack on the counter pretty much all the time, because this is really a nice place. Well, that's where I put my silverware and, you know, my utensils and stuff to dry. It's got a little tray under here with one of those pads. So that's really, like, I don't know. It's just really nice to not have all of my dishes drying on the countertop, you know, since I don't have a dishwasher. So anyway, right when COVID hit, I'm kind of a coffee snob. Like, I like to have espresso. I've not yet invested in a super expensive espresso maker, but I'll tell you what, if you like espresso and you don't want to spend $1,000 on an espresso maker, these little Mr. Coffee machines are great. Like, it was like $35 on Amazon, and when it breaks, I just get another one. You know, eventually it will wear out, because it just gets used all the time. But I don't know. I think it's great. Like, I can grind my coffee super fine and use it, and it never has any trouble. So I'll put that in the description too. If you like a nice strong cup of coffee or a latte or something like that, and you don't want to go to the coffee shop, this is a really nice way to make an espresso. But anyways, when COVID hit, I usually grind my coffee at home anyway, but when COVID hit, they shut down all of the, you know, the coffee grinders in the grocery stores. So a lot of people were kind of like, what do I do? Anyway, I kind of like predicted that was going to happen. And so I ordered that coffee grinder, and it's actually a Burr coffee mill. And, it was about $150, but I'll tell you what, if you like to make your own coffee and your own espresso at home, this coffee grinder is amazing. And then just pair it with a cheapo espresso maker, and I don't know, I think it's pretty good. And then I just store my coffee in another one of those big jars, just like the one for the flour. And then I got the sugar, and then and I only grind, you know, like that much coffee at a time. You know, I don't grind it every morning. I just try to keep that full about that much. So anyway, so this is my little kitchen, you guys. Here's my fridge. Oh my gosh, it's probably a wreck. Anyway, but it's just really nice to be able to see right at eye level in the refrigerator and not have to bend down. Anyway, so Jimmy is wrecking the rugs and stuff. See, he's mad. He's just super mad at me. Anyway, so this is what I've been doing for the last few months, and just really trying to get my living space to where I felt like I live here. It usually takes me about 4 years to move in somewhere to where I feel like I'm comfortable with it and things are set up how I want it, you know? And so this room, I'm happy to spend 16 hours in here every day. I can't wait for winter. Oh, and I got this rug too off of Amazon. And I put a chair mat under it, under my chair. So just so it'll last longer. None of these rugs were expensive though. Just check on Amazon. If there's anything you guys want to see or you want to look at buying or whatever, just leave me a comment and I can send you a link, or I can link it in the description. So anyway, okay, I'm gonna go back to Gandalf and get off my feet. So, but I promised I would show you guys my new kitchen. Not gonna show you the bathroom or the laundry room because those aren't done yet, or my bedroom, but maybe one day, you know. So anyway, thanks for being here, you guys. I love you, and I will talk to you sooner than later. Okay, bye for now.